Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. Carl Jung. What if what you've been calling lack of confidence, imposter syndrome, or even chronic procrastination wasn't a flaw in your personality, but a signal that something deeper inside you is out of sync? A part of you wants to move forward, another part holds you back. You crave clarity, but live in confusion. You want to be yourself, but you're not even sure who that is anymore. This isn't a weakness. It's not a diagnosis. It's a calling to become whole again. And that inner journey has a name, the individuation process, a central idea in the psychology of Carl Jung. For years, Jung explored the hidden layers of the human psyche, and he came to a profound realization. As long as you're divided within, you'll keep betraying parts of yourself just to fit in. You'll repeat the same emotional patterns, and you'll keep searching for alignment but never quite finding it. But there is a path, a deep, radical, liberating path, a path to reconnect with every part of you, the parts you like and the parts you've learned to hide. That's the journey we're about to take together. In this video, you'll discover what individuation really means and what it doesn't, why so many of us live half-lives without realizing it, and how to begin your own path to inner wholeness, even if you feel disconnected or stuck right now. Whether you're seeking meaning, exploring Jungian ideas, or just tired of pretending to be someone you're not, this might be a turning point. And if you haven't yet seen my video on the shadow, the hidden side of your personality, I highly recommend watching it next, because individuation begins with facing the parts of you that you've been trying to ignore. So now, pause. Take a breath. Set aside what you think you know, and let's go deeper. Are you ready to meet your true self? Let's begin. Part 1. Why you don't feel whole. 1. You were born whole. Then something happened. When you entered the world, you were undivided. No masks, no roles, no filters. Just raw presence. Emotions flowing freely, instincts alive, everything integrated. But very quickly, that changes. Because to survive in the social world, to be loved, accepted, included, you start to adapt. You learn what's okay to express and what isn't. You discover the rules of belonging, sometimes gently, often harshly, and so you begin to split. Not because you're broken, but because being your full self no longer feels safe. 2. The social mask, persona. To protect yourself, you develop a persona, a social mask. Carl Jung called it exactly that, the persona. It's not fake, it's just selective. You become the you that's acceptable. Polite, nice, smart, tough, likable, or maybe invisible. But every mask has a cost, and the cost is this: anything that doesn't fit the image gets pushed away. Your anger, your sadness, your neediness, your intensity, your wildness. They don't disappear. They just go underground. Enter the shadow. Everything you suppress, everything you deny, gets stored in the shadow. The shadow is not evil. It's not a monster. It's just the part of you you've learned to hide. But what you suppress doesn't vanish. It waits, and eventually, it finds its way out sideways. You lash out at someone for no reason. You sabotage something good in your life. You envy people who dare to express what you've silenced in yourself. You feel strangely empty, like you're not really living your life. I explore this deeply in my video on the shadow, so if that resonates, definitely check it out after this. 4. You become fragmented. Little by little, you become divided. There's the you show and the you've buried. And this division doesn't just cause confusion, it creates internal conflict. You want to say no, but you say yes. You want to rest, but you push through. You want to speak up, but you silence yourself. As Jung said, "We are not of one mind. We are many." You're not broken. You're just scattered. And most people go through life never realizing that half their choices come from parts of themselves they barely know. 5. You are not just you. One of Jung's most striking insights was this: the ego is not the center of the personality, it's just one of its systems. Let that sink in. The you think you are, the conscious part, is just the tip of the iceberg. Beneath it lives a whole inner world. Your memories, wounds, instincts, dreams, desires, fears, and they're influencing your life right now, whether you're aware of it or not. To become whole again, you have to go inward. Let's pause here. Take a breath and ask yourself honestly, have I ever felt like I was acting against myself? Like part of me wanted one thing, but another part hijacked the moment? Who is speaking in that moment? The mask? The fear? The shadow? Write it down, speak it, bring it to light. Self-awareness begins with a single, uncomfortable question. If that question stirred something in you, leave a comment. What part of you do you think you've hidden the most? You're not alone in this. We're all navigating this inner division, but few have the courage to actually face it. This channel is a space for those who do. So, like this video if you're ready to go deeper. Subscribe if you want more content like this. I publish regularly. And don't forget to share this with someone who's been feeling off. They might just need this message today. We're only getting started. Let's keep going. Part 2. What is individuation, really? Individuation is the process of becoming your true self. Not who society told you to be, not the version of you perform for others, but you in your full complexity. Light and shadow, strength and softness, clarity and doubt. It's about coming home to yourself. If that idea speaks to you, give this video a like. It helps me keep making content like this. It means making peace with your opposites. To individuate is to stop cutting parts of yourself off, to stop living in internal conflict. It means holding contradictions and letting them coexist. Confidence and vulnerability, logic and intuition, love and fear. It's not about choosing one side, it's about integrating both and realizing they're part of the same whole. Jung put it like this: individuation is the process by which a person becomes what they truly are, a whole, indivisible self. Not someone perfect, someone real. It's a path, not a final destination. Individuation isn't a goal you check off. It's not a trophy for becoming some upgraded, flawless version of yourself. It's a lifelong process of alignment, where your actions match your inner truth, where even your contradictions make sense in the bigger picture of who you are. A real-life example. You've probably seen this before. The person who always seems cheerful but feels empty when the lights go off. The confident leader who inspires others but secretly feels like a fraud. Or maybe you felt that yourself. These are signs of a split between your outer self and your inner world. Individuation is how we bridge that gap. A question worth sitting with. What parts of yourself did you leave behind just to survive, succeed, or be accepted? Really think about it. Write it down. And if you feel comfortable, share in the comments. I read them all, and your story might help someone else recognize their own journey. If you're on this journey, not of becoming perfect, but of becoming whole, you're in the right place. Subscribe for weekly tools and reflections to help you reconnect with yourself. Turn on the bell so you don't miss the next deep dive. And leave a like if this resonates. It truly helps this message reach more people. This is a path worth walking. Let's walk it together. Part 3. The stages of individuation. Becoming who you really are. Stage 1. Becoming aware of the mask you wear. We all wear masks. Not physical ones, but social ones. The achiever, the rebel, the funny one, the strong one. Each one is a role we've learned to play, to be accepted, to belong, to survive. But here's the thing. When you confuse the mask with your identity, you lose touch with what's real. Quick reflection. Try this small exercise. Write down your social resume. What roles do you play in your daily life? At work, with friends, in your family? Which ones feel true and which ones feel like performances? Awareness is the first step. Stage 2. Facing what you've repressed, your shadow. Here comes the deeper work. Beneath the mask lies what you've hidden. Your fears, impulses, emotions, and traits you were told were too much or not enough. Jung called this hidden part the shadow. It's where your emotional triggers, projections, and inner blocks often come from. Journaling can help you trace them. Noticing what frustrates you in others, or simply spending quiet time alone. No distractions, just space to listen inward. You may not like what you find, but denying it gives it power. What you refuse to see in yourself will eventually show up in your life. Carl Jung. Stage 3. Embracing the inner feminine or masculine. According to Jung, every man carries within him a hidden feminine part and every woman a masculine. He called these archetypes the anima in men and the animus in women. A man who suppresses his sensitivity, his intuition, his emotional depth is rejecting his anima. A woman who disconnects from her assertiveness, her clarity, her inner fire, is pushing away her animus. Individuation means reclaiming these forgotten energies. It's not about gender roles, it's about wholeness. You're allowed to be both soft and strong, both rational and intuitive, both holding and leading. Stage 4. Encountering the true self. This is the most mysterious and the most transformative stage. The self, in Jung's terms, is not your ego. It's not who you think you are. It's who you are, beneath all the stories. It's the totality of your psyche, your conscious mind, your unconscious depths, your soul. You don't achieve this self. You meet it slowly through dreams, through silence, through a deep internal calling. And when you touch it, even briefly, something shifts. You stop needing to prove. You stop needing to please. You start aligning with you. Which stage speaks to you most? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear where you are on this path. We don't all walk it at the same pace, but we don't have to walk it alone. Part 4. Why this work matters more than ever. Feeling constant pressure? Be successful, be liked, be useful, be visible. We're all running after these things, fast. But deep down, it creates an invisible tension. Like wearing clothes that don't quite fit, but you're told to keep smiling anyway. That tension? It often shows up as anxiety, burnout, or a lingering feeling of disconnection. Like you're playing a role that's slowly draining you. Jung saw this coming 100 years ago. He said, "Modern man doesn't know what he's really looking for. He's chasing the self, but calling it by other names: career, love, success." Let that sink in. We're all searching, but often in the wrong direction. And then come the wake-up calls. Maybe you felt them. A deep emotional crash, an existential crisis, a burnout that forces you to stop, a relationship ending that leaves you shaken. These moments feel like breakdowns, but often they're breakthroughs in disguise. They're not here to destroy you. They're here to reconnect you with you. Here's the strange part. The more you ignore this inner process, this individuation, the louder your unconscious will speak. And it doesn't whisper. It shows up in dreams that shake you, sudden losses or shifts, exhaustion that no sleep can fix, or this eerie sense that nothing feels real anymore. So let me ask you this. What if what you're going through right now isn't a failure? What if it's an invitation, a doorway into a deeper, more honest, more grounded version of your life? If that speaks to something inside you, leave a comment. What are you feeling? What are you noticing? Let's talk. You're not the only one on this path. Conclusion. You're not here to be perfect. You're here to be whole. The peace, love, and recognition you're chasing out there almost always begins with one thing: reconnecting to all of who you are inside. In simple terms, you wear a mask. You bury parts of yourself. You keep going, split in two. But real growth? It's the journey of becoming whole again. The process Jung called individuation. A quote to carry with you: "Become who you are," Nietzsche, often quoted by Jung. It's not about becoming someone else. It's about remembering the truth of who you've always been. Next step? Watch this. If you're ready to go deeper, start here. Watch my video on the shadow. It's about the part of you you've been avoiding and why it might hold the key to becoming whole. Before you go, you're not broken. You're in the middle of becoming. Keep going. The path is yours. If this video resonated, here's how you can support this space. Like the video. It really helps the channel grow. Subscribe to stay connected for the next deep dive. Share this with someone who's ready to meet themselves. And let me know in the comments, what part of yourself are you ready to welcome back? Thank you for watching. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you soon for the next step in this journey inward.